received so many queries about the proposal to allow members of retirement funds limited access to their funds due to the COVID crisis. I've also been getting calls about a rumour that you can borrow money from your pension fund. The important thing here is what it means for members of the Government Employees Pension Fund. The bottom line is nothing. None of these proposals relate to GEPF members. The GEPF is not a private sector fund and is governed by the Government Employees Pension Law of 1996, which can only be amended by Parliament. It is not governed by the Pension Funds Act, and any announcement or changes relating to the Pension Funds Act will have no bearing on members of the GEPF. This applies to all proposals around retirement reform in respect of the Pension Fund Act, including annuitisation. So it's important when reading about retirement proposals in the media that GEPF members differentiate between changes made to funds in the private sector versus what is applicable to GEPF members. Unfortunately, some financial advisors are also not aware of this difference and may provide incorrect information. The GEPF does not allow any withdrawal from the pension fund whilst employed. It does not allow members to use their GEPF funds for a pension-backed home loan scheme. It does not allow cash advances or loans from the fund, as the GEPF is not a registered financial service provider. It is also important to note that the GEPF is a defined benefit fund. As explained in the previous video, the GEPF guarantees the members' benefits in retirement. These benefits are based on years of pensionable service and final salary calculations, not the value of the fund. If funds were advanced, it would be a challenging actuarial calculation to work out the impact on years of service, or if a creditor demanded payment if a member defaulted on an unpaid loan. So it's very unlikely the GEPF will ever change its position on this. What concerns me as a financial educator is the extent to which people view their retirement funds as a quick solution to financial challenges without understanding the long-term consequences of depleting retirement funding. If you retire with insufficient income, you have very limited options on how to support yourself in retirement. Cashing in is stealing from your future self. If you find yourself overcommitted financially, use it as an opportunity to get some control back. Start a proper budget where you track every cent you spend. I can promise you that unless you are tracking your budget properly, you are spending more than you realize, and most probably more than you earn, creating a debt trap. Put a debt repayment plan in place using the snowball effect. This is where you target one debt at a time and pay off the smallest debt first. Once it's settled, you then tackle the next debt. Settling small debts quickly will give you a psychological boost and keep you motivated. You could also consider debt consolidation, where you take out one loan and settle several smaller loans so that you only have one single loan repayment. However, this only works if you have a reasonable credit score and have not fallen behind on repayments. Also check whether this really saves you money. Make sure you compare the total cost of your existing loans to what the consolidated loan will cost you over the full period. Remember, this only works if you close down the credit facilities you have settled. Otherwise, you will just go back into debt. If you find you're unable to meet your monthly debt repayments, then you may need to consider debt review. A good debt counselor would create a repayment plan that included a reduced interest rate on your short-term loans to ensure that you are debt-free within 5 years. There are other ways to rehabilitate your finances than cashing in valuable retirement benefits. Your future self will thank you.